Mm. Can you, you don't have to go in depth about it, but can you like give a few examples of the different tools that you recommend people work with and the different ways in which people can work with them? Just like a few examples.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's a tool, creativity. I know some people are much more naturally inclined to be creative than others. I am definitely very high on the creativity spectrum. I'm self-described compulsively creative person, but I do think that having some kind of creative outlet and some medium of expression, whatever it may be, I think is very important as these very intelligent beings that we are, that we have a strong proclivity to create, and I think that that's a great way of exploring who am I, how do I see the world, what do I want to create, what do I want to give in that sense. So, as a tool, I think that creativity, whatever that medium may be, I think is very important for
Mm,
people, and I think it actually creates a more satisfying life in general. Um, Certainly, our physicality, I think, is a very important tool. I do like to recommend that people have physical activities that they engage in as a human being. I think that this is even more important these days when we're all just stuck in front of screens and computers pretty much all the time, that people don't have a large sense of physicality. And like going to the gym is great, but I think going out a hike out in nature, I think that's even better. I think spending time in the natural world is very important, and also using our bodies in the natural world. Again, hiking, swimming, climbing on rocks, engaging in the world in that way is very important. Also, with movement, uh, it's great if people want to do yoga or qigong or tai chi or a martial art. I think that those are great, but I also think it's very important to have opportunities for free form expressive movement in the body. So that's more of like free form dance. I think
hmm
that that could be a very powerful tool with getting in touch with yourself, and also learning how to sync in with the inputs that you're receiving, like, for example, from music, and kind of crossing those barriers and boundaries. Um, Meditation, I think, can be great. I am not an active meditator, but I spent years meditating, and I think that learning how to observe and calm the mind can be very useful. Um, the tool of express your emotions when you feel them, I think that's very important,
hmm hmm
as regulating our energetic beings and structures. And then when it comes to working with psychedelic tools, I think that they all, every psychedelic has its own energetic signature and presentation. And I do think it's valuable to work with a variety of different psychedelics because, as these full spectrum beings of energy, these entry points into these different sensations of energy and different energetic signatures is very educational, and that we can learn a lot by that. And
hmm
then, even more specifically, I've spent a lot of time communicating in my books and talks and elsewhere that there are differences in energetic structures between the non-dual experience and the egoic experience. So I
hmm
have a lot of guidelines there for how to actually work with psychedelics as non-dual energetic tools versus using them in a more dualistic manner. So, and I'm always pushing the non-dual side of things. So it's what I do tend to emphasize,
Yeah.
though always keeping in mind that I do support the use of psychedelics in a dualistic manner. I don't have a problem with that, but I'm most interested in if we're really going to use these tools for the highest potential that they have, then we need to understand non-dual energetics and how we interface with that through psychedelic tools.